Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to your Face. For the past few days, I haven't posted anything. The reason why I'm sick, I'm still coughing. I have a bad flu, and certainly, I'm trying to get. Basically, that's why you didn't see me posting a video. I tried to get some medication and so on and so forth. And thank you for if you guys pray for me. And then sorry if you guys didn't hear from me. And then so basically that's the reason you didn't hear from me. And today we're gonna talk about the how far the church have been gone. As you can see, watch the video. We're gonna see that how the pastor lose their way or claim to be pastor, and some women are very progressive in church. I know about the dress so on and so forth, but the men, I don't know if they pay the woman to acting or sometimes it's action or they actually do that in the name of the Lord. So basically, that's a very craziness. And then we're gonna look at the video right there. You can see as a pastor. This is a big heavy set woman. As you can see, the big heavy set woman. She come from deliverance and stuff like that. First of all, that's a bad BBL. And second of all, if a woman dress up like that in front of the church, you know things gonna go down bad. And that's why people take their phone. You know it's gonna be a show. I don't care if you're in church or like that, and then if those are supposed to be in private, I'm not gonna say nothing. That's why sometimes I love Catholic Church system, because if your confession so that they don't do in private, come in personal, they don't do it in public. That's I respect that. There's supposed to be that in Pentecostal church, but they don't do that for some reason. But I totally agree with the Catholic Church in that sense, because this is very very disturbing. Even though you're a church and you're singing, you're not gonna be focused after that. After seeing this, you're not gonna be able to focus because your mind gonna be dirty and nasty at this point. And even though you're in church, and the way she said like that, even though she want deliverance, I advise you, because they have to do it in a separate room where the people leader. It's not supposed to be men doing that, it's female doing that. That's how they have a group of prayer group that's doing that. They're supposed to come on the prayer group and they do cast out even so on and so forth. So but now it's just getting ridiculous, and then we're gonna see how far the ridiculous is gonna get. As you can see, he's slapping the hips of that woman, and the woman thinking that he's doing it. The guy is enjoying himself right now, and everyone's like, "What's going on?" and stuff like that. But again, I'm not so surprised in the church, because as you can see, the church there's two picture right now. That's if you put big picture inside the church right now, that's idolatry, because you cannot put the image of God and you worship God and put the image of another person, regardless of saying this is idolatry, pure idolatry. If you see that, that's one for the church, because it's not gonna be nothing good going on. As you can see, oh yes, it's tapping that. Yeah, I can see. As you can see that well as well, those women has a hair color as well. You can see that's something going on. But because remember guys, women they are very sexualized in every part of the world, and next thing you know, when they go to church, they have to dress up a certain way to protect themselves, to not be vulgar, and for the church. And the way she does it, I think she had a BBL. Once you have a BBL, that's done for the BBL. The BBL, you cannot hide it. Once you hide it, everyone gonna see it, no matter where you go or how you go, everyone gonna see it. And then they're gonna look at you up and down. They're gonna love you. You're not gonna have the same respect out, because they're gonna see you as a person that's low esteem and so forth, and then you're gonna say I think insecure. And if you go in church and then you do that, and then your clothes is tight, that's a wrap. And next thing you know, the church gonna be disturbed, especially if you go on front where everyone can see you. This is the disturbance of the church. If I was inside the church, I will tell you, go outside, and next thing you know, go find someone, a missionary, and next thing you know, come back when the church is over, so we can. So not me as a man and other women gonna come and then pray to and stuff like that. But this is a violation, and that's why the many people leave the church, because this is the have lack of training and stuff like that. And you can see the man is enjoying himself right now. He's very enjoying the fair. And this is the slap of the face, because this is a house of gospel, house of prayer. And this guy is just come and then slapping her side, and slapping like really. And she thinks she's doing it, but the guy is really enjoying her. It's just a legal allegation for him to just touch her like inappropriately. So I have a problem with that, because at the day you should be able to have self control and discernment. And if I wasn't actually as a walk out right now the church, because at the end of the day, this is not what the Sunday teaches. And the guy is really bad. And you can see if this guy is married, This is violation to his wife because this is in public, and his dad is enjoying, is laughing too. I think he's laughing because she thinks she's feel. I don't know why she's feeling that, but at the end of the day, remember if she has a husband, and she has a husband, and you can see that the husband probably has gonna be frustrating, and I don't think she most likely has a husband because otherwise I'm not gonna I expect this kind of disrespect in front of my eyes. And two, if it's happened and she doesn't do anything or she didn't frustrate, I'm gonna leave her in the church and I'm gonna ask her to divorce right away because this is a pure devilish right now. There's nothing holy about that. And this one, this guy right now, I don't know what he's looking for. Look at his hand. Is this really part of church? I think at this thing is just there's no way to justify this. This is pure evil. This is no way to justify this. And that's why only women of feel victim of that. They are very naive. They understand what they're doing. They are home because the women love leadership. They want that's why they believe more the pastor than the husband. How can you end up on your knee in front of another man and then he let you touch you like that? This is diabolical. This is pure, 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 pure. And I bet you if he has a chance to closer to her in the house and then pray, I bet you he gonna go to her and then do the deed. And I bet you it's not gonna miss because if she let him do all that in public, there's nothing she wouldn't let him do in private. That's why men now they run away from the church because those women they are either waiting for occasion for the pastor to do those deed with her, or she looking for attention for the pastor, and that means that I'm not gonna let my wife be disrespectful and stuff for the pulpit and for what and take on the name of Jesus. I'm not gonna do that, even though it is you guys have a good aspect of it, but the approach is wrong, and I'm not gonna be part of it. That's why the church full of men is one of for men because this is diabolical. Look like both hands, and where are you going with that? What are you looking for? What are you searching? What's so good about it? What is it? I think at this point he's just pleasing himself, and the woman doesn't like it as well. And he's still smiling because at the end of the day he just both hands. Why is it both hands? Why is he touching? Is that a spirit? He said it take out a I don't know a pen said that, but here's the thing. At this point, I don't think it's a pay actor, so forth and so forth. And he take it out. And here's the thing: if God mentioned that you gotta cast the spirit out, there's the first thing gonna be. First of all, there's a push of God, this power and His presence. He's gonna pin you to the floor. One. Second of all, the thing that's inside of the body of the woman, you need to touch them. Sometimes you don't need to touch them. They're gonna fall off automatically. Third of all, the guy or the girl gonna tell you to take your clothes when you go home and burn it out. Take everything outside and burn it and then buy a new clothes. He doesn't need to do all that. There's no way that I'm gonna agree that you go to that and feel that woman breast and think like you casting devils. No, you actually entertaining yourself. And then on top of that, he's laughing too. That's how you know that he's totally out of the line. This is not the name of Jesus. And then, guys, that's why so many people are being skeptical about the church now. They don't want to go to church because those things are become normalized, and especially on this community because women love attention, and the best attention right now they have is inside the church. That's why they do everything, anything they can do because the pastor give them a look or do that. This is that's why Paul say husband tell your wife don't let the woman go and stuff like that. They have a separate congregation for men, especially for women, and I totally agree. From the Middle East they have to do that here as well, separate congregation for men, separate for women, for those nonsense not happening, because those are typically nonsense abuse of pure abuse of authority and power, and then you use the name of the God. That's why Jesus said not everyone that say Lord, Lord, Lord shall enter the kingdom of heaven. This is a purely example of that, because these are doing it for the pure own desire and the pure selfish, which is a slap in the face, which is a worst case what you can do, because now you're gonna say God cast out devil this and that for the your name. God said I never knew you, and this is the perfect image right there. There's no perfect image you can look for. This is what it is. In the name of Jesus, you're gonna cast out evil. And what's that? This is the image they're looking for, and people have that negative mindset when they go to church because they see that the pastor is checking out other female member, and the female member check out the pastor and is a mess even though the guy's married. That's why they say that church now is full of pimp, and then next thing you know, the pastor is a pimp, like having so many girls, and next thing you know, forcing the men to get married because at the end of the day, the woman want the pastor position, which is status and power. And guys, pray for the church. Pray if you haven't converted, if you haven't repent yet, seek for another church. If you've been to that church, run away because your soul gonna be lost if you stay in that church, and then next thing you know, it's gonna be burned for eternity. And then I pray for you guys. I pray for me for my recovery.